Hey, what's up, everybody? Remember, you can support the show on Patreon. We got Patreon now for $1 a month. $1 a month. Patreon.com/regular ass podcast. It'll be in the description of wherever you're listening to this podcast. Yeah. Thanks for listening. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to 1 hour of sleep and 2 cans of Monster. I'm your host, George Collins. Today's episode. First off, I want to say this. I've been recording the Whomst in a while. I know I haven't been recording. I think last time I checked, I think I recorded like 20 episodes in the last year. It's like 52 weeks. I'm supposed to do that every week, but I've been slacking. Look, honestly, I've said it before. I know I said it. I'm gonna say it again. I just ain't got much to talk about, and I've been low key been having a bit of a identity crisis. Been trying to figure out myself right now. Trying to figure out what exactly I want this show to be. Long time listeners, we go from news to just rambling for like a few months. Go back to news, like desperately trying to hold on to something. But here I am. Here I am, right? But I've noticed something. Remember a couple, like maybe 20 episodes ago, something like that, and I noticed it was a couple of other podcasts named Whomst who hit higher on the search bar than me, even though they haven't updated their show in like years, right? Apparently, the personal journal slash society culture category of podcast, which this is under, because this isn't under comedy anymore, because I didn't want to, because that's all it is. It's personal journal, right? It's blowing up, and it's blowing up with other people who doing this type of show where it's just kind of rambling, telling stories and stuff like that. And so I kind of got a little discouraged because it's a little discouraging when you go to a podcast or something like that, and they only got like 4 episodes and they already got sponsors. You like, what? Who are these people, right? You got fucking that Bobby girl coming out of nowhere, and there's a couple of people who like hitting the top charts on the personal journal stuff, right? And I listened to it, and I'm like, oh, okay. I'm trying to grow as a person, trying to grow as an adult. Let me listen to these people's podcasts, maybe learn from it, even though they're younger than me and all that good stuff. Maybe I can learn something, right? Nothing. They are worse. I am not even hating. They are bad. They're telling stories like a teenager. And so I got a little bit. I was going to change the name of the show and everything. I'm like, maybe I need to change the name because people are confused what this show is. But no, it doesn't matter. Like, I can just talk. Let me just do what I want to. Right? Whatever. That was a long intro. I'm sorry. Work. Here we go again. I know. You know what? What name I was thinking about changing the show to? Your favorite coworker. If I was starting the show already, this is my first time starting this podcast, that's definitely what I would have named it, because I do talk about work a lot. I would have called it Your Favorite Coworker, and you got that one guy. He just funny, talks about the managers, whatever. I think that's what the path I was gonna go. But today, right? New position. I am standing on my feet for 10 hours, and it is horrendous. Horrendous on the buns, I tell you. If I don't lose weight from this job, my ass will be perfect. I know that. That's for sure. My ass will be hard as steel. And it's just. Have you ever stood for so long that you kind of feel like your legs just aren't there anymore? You feel like a disembodied head. That's what it feels like. And to not be graphic or anything like that, but have you ever had to take a shit when your ass cheeks are numb? That's the scariest shit ever, because like you don't know how much pressure you're putting back there. He's like, you can't really feel it. Like, it's there. It's like you can't trust any fart anymore because like you just break down the barrier. You just break the dam immediately. Every fart is I forget the term. I'm sleepy, y'all. I haven't been to sleep. I just got off work. But I guess I get into the situation. Why I didn't just do it at work? The bathrooms are clean. Um, this Amazon has double, no, triple the amount of bathrooms that the other warehouse I had. The one I was at before only had two. This one has like seven of them. All right, and they everywhere. Does that help? Does that help? No, everybody still bullshitting. The fact that I'm talking about Amazon right now and you're listening to it, you go to your TikTok, Google, brother Google listening, your whole TikTok feed is going to change. Your whole For You page is going to be talking about people who work at Amazon now. And it's either two things. It's either someone or it's either one person who either bragging about the job, right, and gonna ruin it for the rest of us because they can't keep their fucking mouth closed, right? Either like, oh, we get paid this high X amount of money. All we do is scan boxes. Low key is not the truth. It's not the truth. One, it's a little bit of a lie. That's all they do, and they won't really keep the job. And since they're recording in the warehouse, once people find out, they won't have that job anyway. So you don't believe them. Also, it's kind of the truth. It's a little bit of the truth. It's just 10 hours of this one job, but they're gonna ruin it because they trying to make it seem easy. And these companies already trying to like, Jesus Christ, the fucking, can y'all hear that? All right, okay, I'm back. I had to turn it off just in case, cause I just started the episode. I don't want to, whatever. My point is, these people they'll brag about the job, say that it's easy and we get paid this much. These companies already trying to like pinch pennies and stuff like that, and these CEOs don't take accountability and take it out on the smaller people and stuff like that. Look at Epic Games, look at fucking Sony and all this shit like that, and all these other game developer companies. But anyway, these companies find any way to like get rid of us. So doing stuff like this, they'll by next week we'll end up doing like double our work now because of these TikToks who can't shut their fucking mouth. Two, uh, the other TikToks you'll see is the people who I just got hired at Amazon and I'm hiding in the bathroom for 2 hours. They could be exaggerating, but they still, it's true. These people who making the TikToks might not be doing it, but it's people every single time. I can't use the bathroom here because someone's taking up every single stall every single time. No matter how I time it, someone's always there. And you know what? I'm not a fucking weirdo. All right, I'm not a weirdo. I know you bullshitting in there because it don't stink. All right, and like, look, again, I'm not I'm not weird. I'm not going in there sniffing like, hey, like, dude, I know you're pooping. Like, no, like I'm not like that. But I'm just saying though, I really got a shit though, and you just in there, man. If you in there for that long, you gotta blow. You gotta be blowing that motherfucker up. That's the rule. You gotta be doing something, making some noise, like you're struggling, something, man. And I'm not gonna be that guy to like, like do the lean to see if you see some shoes or anything like that. I'm not finna be that guy. All right, I'm not finna be that guy because I remember because sometimes I want to pretend to be really mad because I do be mad because I actually do got to use it. I'm not trying to steal company time. I'm trying to like go in this motherfucker and like do my business in like 3 or 4 minutes and shoot these brown rockets real quick and go back to work with more energy. That's the plan. That's what I'm hoping for. But you playing around. So sometimes I do want to pretend to be like really really mad and like back kick the stool, not the stool, but the stall, and like fuck, and just like kick the shit out of it. That's what I want to do, and hopefully like scare them or something. I don't know, but I know I did that once before. Uh, back when I worked at Walmart, back when I was loss prevention, we was following a guy, and the rule is we have to, if you're gonna see if he stole something, we have to follow it from the very beginning, like the moment they actually do it, to know this, to know for sure that they didn't actually like bring it into the store themselves and blah blah blah, to avoid all types of stuff. So in this one case, we didn't see him do it, but we know he did it. But we couldn't make the move, but we was gonna try to like scare him to like drop the product at least, like right. So I followed him into the restroom. Um, and he was in the big stall, like every single one of them does. They every time go into the big stall to try to break open the stuff. Same 1-2 step, right? So I went in there, and I wasn't angry as the loss prevention. I tried to be just anybody who's mad. So I saw him in the big stall, and my dumb ass, those big metal paper towel holders. Some of them are plastic, but this one in this particular year was metal, right? It was metal, and I went to go punch it, right, just to make, because the bathroom was a fucking pin drop quiet, right? So I went to go punch it. It's right in front of me. It's right in front of me, right? I remember this homeless dude told me I'd be a good boxer. That nigga was lying, because I went to go punch it, right? It's like I said, I keep repeating it. It's right in front of me. Somehow I went to the right and I punched the corner of it. How? I punched the corner of it, since it was metal, right? It was like how it was pinned together. It was like multiple metal sheets folded together, right? So it was like me punching in the corner. I cut my knuckle. Like a dumbass. I cut my knuckle like a metal paper cut, right? Right on. I still have it's a little scar too. That's how bad it was. It looked like I went to war on my one knuckle. That's it. He's like, oh, he a badass, right? I don't know. I forget what my point is. It's just I didn't want to scare these people. I want to scare these dudes. Like, damn, get the fuck off the toilet, man. I'm not smelling people. I gotta. Why can't I say that word? I say this shit every time. Fuck it. I'm not gonna even try. Fear of. Oh, because I look. Okay, so since in this new position, I'm just kind of like still standing around and stuff like this. So I actually have time to like write in my notebook notes, like what I want to talk about, and I just in this time I start thinking about, like, because I didn't tell y'all that I got this position. Well, I didn't get the position. I got an interview to be a bus driver, right? I know I told my auntie and stuff like that, but and I was going to consider it because it was like they said it was something like it was like $20 to $24, right? No experience. They'll pay you for the training and all that stuff. You get your whatever license it is to drive buses or whatever. That was the plan. I was like, okay, it's right next to the house. That sounded like a good ass plan, because my mom, she was a bus driver, right? So I was like, everything's set in stone. My dad used to work in like FedEx, like these warehouses, and I did that. Now I'm doing what my mom did, driving buses. But it didn't happen. I end up like not doing it because I was looking at the scheduling. I must have been like I did not pay attention when I was a kid, because now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, how the fuck did my mom make money during the summer? Because I don't think she worked summer school. She must have. I really don't remember her working summer school. She might have. I might have been playing the game so hard during the summer or chilling with my sisters that I just didn't notice. Or she had her boyfriends wrapped around her finger and made sure the fucking rent was paid or something. I don't know what the fuck she was doing. Anyway, I was thinking back to her being a bus driver. I'm like, okay, yeah, I can do this. I already know how to drive these big old trucks and stuff like that. Driving it ain't it's not the problem. I second guessed it because of the schedule. I wasn't sure. It was like, okay, you're going to be active for about 230 something days in the year. I'm like, what about 100 of those days? Like, you're missing like 100. I'm already struggling working all of the days right now. Even though to pay, I tried to do the math. I did. But like with 30 minutes of like sleep, I'm like, oh no, I can't get this correct. It just didn't make sense because I had to like figure out a different hustle, and I'm pretty sure summer school works on seniority, so like other better and more experienced drivers will get that spot before me. And the other reason why I didn't take it because of the kids. And thinking of those kids, I went on this like tangent of thoughts, right? Thinking about like just situations. It was like, okay, think of like how would you deal with certain situations? Because I remember my mom was driving, and because she was driving for my school, right? And she was so cool with the school that sometimes I would just stay after school and just go downstairs where the buses were and just wait for her, and I'll just ride her bus until she got off, right? Because I had nothing else to do. And I don't think she trusted me at the house alone. I don't know, she was super protective. That helped me a lot growing up. Yeah, social. Why do you talk to yourself a lot? I don't know. But I remember her. It was this one fight. It was at a middle school, right? These kids going at it, and my mom, for some reason, jumped off the bus to try to break it up. And they start like pulling on her and like pulling on her hair and stuff like this. So I was in high school at the time. I jump off the bus and start trying to like separate them from. I didn't care about them fighting. It was just like they was touching my mom, right? So I'm like, that was like one fight. I know it was more because I wasn't on the bus every time, but like it was just one. And that had me start thinking about like situations with like becoming a teacher. I was just thinking about just like what's the worst that can happen with these kids, and I start thinking about becoming a teacher because I saw that application as well, like becoming a substitute or a PE teacher and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't think I could deal with these kids. Not today. Not how they be acting. Because I couldn't do anything. Because these teacher videos where they like the teachers will fight the kids and stuff like that, that stuff got me kind of scared because I'll have to like look up rules and like policies and stuff like that and what exactly protects the kid and stuff like that. Because what got me scared is that these super emotional kids who will like get in my face and stuff like that. Could I defend myself at all without getting in trouble? Because it seemed like you can't. It's like all these videos, and no matter what the kid did, the adult isn't allowed to react because they're an adult. They have to de-escalate non physically. So I'm just thinking of like, how far can the kid go? And that's what scares me, right? Like I can imagine some angry ass teenage boy getting in my face trying to like fight me, calling me a pussy and all this stuff like that. And it's super cringy. Now I'm kind of like thinking about it, just like me trying to have this like movie like dialogue like, oh, I'm the pussy. You're a real tough guy trying to fight the teacher knowing I can't do anything. Right? I mean, so I was having these this dialogue in my head and shit, right? But then it got me thinking, like, what if the kid pulled out like, let's not be too dramatic, like a gun or something like this. It's like, let's say a knife. If he pulls out a knife, is the teacher allowed to defend themselves then? If somebody records it, it's some fucking knucklehead on Twitter or something like that gonna be like, "Well, why didn't he disarm the kid with the knife instead of punching the shit out of him?" He didn't have to beat the shit out of this kid. Yeah, it's just a knife. You act like you can't take a knife to the stomach. It's like how the world acts nowadays, and knowing that no matter what the kid does, he's gonna get a slap on the wrist unless he murders the teacher right then and there. Anything he does, they're gonna get a slap on the wrist. So I'm like, I feel like you have to. I have no theory, no way to test this out, but I feel like just based on videos and how people react to teachers responding to these violent children, that you damn near will have to take a knife to the stomach or something. You'll have to take one stab before you can like defend yourself without like too much consequence. And even then, it's still up in the air. It's the high probability that you will still lose your job. I feel like it'd be way higher, not way higher, but like it's higher than just dying. Just taking a stab in it and hoping he gets tired of doing it, and just like hopefully security comes. Like people be more worried about, why didn't you call security? Why didn't you? It's like, well, he came running at me with a knife. I don't know. I wasn't thinking. Nigga had a knife. Like, what the fuck was I supposed to do? But I don't know. That's just a lot to think about. Of course, I didn't do the substitute teacher thing either. I was like, I know for sure I couldn't do that. I ain't got the patience. Like, I'd probably be a damn good teacher. I was thinking about being a PE teacher and like, again, having these. I don't know, when you're bored and you're just standing there, you just have a lot of cringy movie dialogue situation going on. And I imagine being a PE teacher and just having these like, letting these kids roast me because I'm fat. So, you know, they'll kids be trying to roast the fat PE teacher. You know, like, well, I can outrun you. Let's have a 100-lap race. You're in lap debt. That's what I thought. It was like, you're in lap debt. You owe me 100 laps by the end of the semester. You have to run 100 laps in my class because you insulted me. So instead of you going to detention, you can run these laps, and you have to run these laps or you'll fail no matter what you do. Does that make sense? Does any of this make sense? I don't know. That's just what's been going on in my head. Like I said earlier, I was trying to change the name of the show. I was going to try to do a rebrand, but I'm not. This show's just been going on for way too long. It's kind of established for what it is. I do this every few months, so ignore me. But hey, that's the end of the show. That's it. I'm gonna try to keep recording, especially now. I figured out a way to think about topics, stuff like that. So yeah, hope you enjoy the show. Remember, you can leave a voicemail 725-999-2704 or leave an email if it still works at thewhomst@gmail.com because Google is starting to delete people's emails. Either way, 725-999-2704 or thewhomst@gmail.com. Leave a question, comment, whatever. I'm willing to listen. See y'all later.